better today than I was yesterday.
It's a lot cooler today too.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
I think the nap helped a lot. Because I napped for about like 3 hours. How much of it? Let me go to one side now, to the left side.
Les dijeron que era un pablo, pero
What's tough is that we start with the uphill. That we start with an uphill. Oh no. I'll stick to the left side. If you wanted to do 3 miles instead of 2.5, instead of going into the back home, we could go straight down and then head back. second hill. Both races in October and November are going to be hilly. The guy on the left is killing it. There's a runner in front of us, and he's making it look easy. We're jogging uphill pretty slowly. He made it look like it was flat. Oh, one moment, I gotta put my Pokemon eggs so this distance will hatch them. Three Pokemon eggs incubating. That way they hatch on the run. You not only are swans. Oh, they're flying over there. See the swans flying. It's a bit surprising to me because swans are so big. Really? I mean, I know they can fly, but to see them actually fly is another thing. Oh, I love this song. School hasn't started yet, right? That's like practice. Huh? Yeah. Maybe it's tryouts. Looks like they're having tryouts or practice for softball. Fun fact, I am terrible at baseball, softball, all of that. Both me and my brother. When we played like with our friends in high school. Keep in mind, we were both runners, so we didn't really have that sports coordination outside at keeping our feet moving straight, one after another. So whenever me and my brother would get on the mound to bat, our friends would call us the outs. Because we were automatically out. We couldn't hit a single thing. I thought it was kind of funny because, I mean, I couldn't. I tried. I didn't practice. Like, I didn't play. I had never really played it. So, I wasn't used to that coordination. I would just miss after the pitch. And it's not like my friends were baseball players. They were like throwing it underhanded because they really didn't know how to throw it straight. And that's one thing. I think that's underrated. In my experience, being able to throw a ball straight down the middle is really hard. I understand why, like, people get intimidated throwing it from the pitcher's mound, I guess, to the home base. That takes skill, like, and coordination to get it straight down the middle. If you don't believe me, go to any carnival, go to any Dave & Buster's, play any of the games where you have to hit something with accuracy. It's hard. You're gonna see people whiff it left and right. And me too. It's just hard. But anyways, pitching, pretty challenging. What else is challenging is hitting the ball. So, both me and my brother, we were the outs. I don't know how my friends were able to hit it though. I mean, not everyone, of course, but like enough of them where we stood out. Oh, runners. It was a football player who would also run, or changed from football to cross-country track. You see, it looks pretty nice running. I will say one big benefit. So sometimes I'm a bit torn because I grew up like running the streets, you know, like the streets around me. And it's because that's more realistic to running cross country. Like, you don't run on a treadmill or a track your whole distance. You run on concrete. You run on like blacktop, I forget what that's called. And you also run on like dirt. So you run on dirt, you know? You're not always running on a treadmill or like turf for some kind of to realistic running, where it's because a big danger runner, not a big danger, is you're running, especially let's say this grass, like hidden. By that I mean like little dips in it, and you can easily where there's rocks and you twist your ankle. Or rolling your ankle. If you rolled your ankle, you could sprain one of the bones in there. You could fracture your ankle, and you'd be done with running for a while. I remember one time on a Saturday run, our longer runs, we ran over in Pico River. We called it the tanks because there's like big water tanks over there. I remember that was one of our longer runs. I believe it was a 12-mile run we did that day. Hot, hot, hot. You feel it, and you go early in the morning because the sun rises early. And that's another thing. If you run, you realize how early the sun rises. Because on weekend runs, when you want to do 10 plus miles, you can't be doing that when the sun's out. You can, but it's not good for you. Not good for your skin. You feel like you're losing a bunch of weight. I mean, we were already sweating like crazy. And that was when we would start our runs at 6 a.m. So we would have to leave at 5 a.m., 5:30, get to the location, and then start our run by 6 so that we could finish by 7:30, depending on how much we were running. Usually it was around 10 miles. Since we were doing 7-minute mile pace, that's 70 minutes, an hour 10. So from whenever we started our run, we could expect to be done a little over an hour later. But yeah, by the time 7 hit, you were feeling it. And especially because we did our runs in the summer, or those kind of longer runs in the summer, training for cross country, summer heat, 7 a.m., it's already hot. But anyways, going back to the run, the reason I bring this up is because our coach, incredible athlete, he was a professional runner. He was running like his 5 miles, 5-minute mile pace. So he was running his 5 miles, 25 minutes. His 3 miles, 15 minutes. Now I'm running my 3 miles in like 25 minutes. But he brought a friend who is also a professional runner to one of our long runs out by the tanks in Pico River. And unfortunately, when he was running, he rolled his ankle. He stepped wrong, or I don't know what it was, but his leg just like kind of bent. And because of that, it kind of bothered him. And then eventually he was injured. And he was out for the season because he couldn't race. And he was toning down the training. And to be a runner and hurt your legs, your feet, your ankles, your shins, your femur, anything like that, like you can't do it because you can't run more because you'll hurt yourself doing lots of distance and trying to keep that load on it. Repeated load. That doesn't work well if something's healing. So this is all to say there are advantages to running in real like situations, like on grass, on gravel, on sand, on concrete. And that's that your legs get accustomed to the like imbalances of the surface. So it might not always be flat. And your body gets used to that. And it also strengthens those muscles supporting the ankle, supporting the leg, so that if you do roll your ankle, you're fine. You might not hurt yourself, or you have a lower likelihood of hurting yourself. That'll happen. I know this because on our team, we kind of grew up, or we trained in different terrains, and as a result, many of us, you'd see us like every now and then we'll like step to the side, like roll our ankle. I won't do it on camera because I don't want to accidentally hurt myself. But actually, it happened this week. I accidentally rolled it. I was fine. It's not hurt. Yeah. But if you're used to just flat, you might not develop that strength as much. One that our coach told us back then was running on grass is really good, just because it helps develop those accessory muscles and like support muscles, or you can prevent injuries from like rolling your ankles. One thing I do like is talking while jogging, just because it reminds me of how we used to jog. Is now what I'll do is I'll put on my headphones and listen to something, and it's nice, it's relaxing, and I can like kind of daydream. And that's what you do when you run by yourself, or like you just kind of want to hear stuff. But usually when you run with people, like with other runners, good etiquette is to keep the conversation going. And you know, it's like a fun time. It's like hanging out when you go on a run together. It's like hanging out. How you feeling, man? Feeling tired? Oh, you feel nauseous? Oh, okay. Sorry, Milo. Do you want to call it early? Just do the 2.5? Oh, okay. Yeah. But don't over push yourself because you don't want to make yourself sick, you know? But usually a run, especially if you're in cross country, unless you're doing tempo runs. Tempo runs are like a pace where it's hard. It's supposed to be hard. You're supposed to feel it. I remember our tempo runs were like 6-minute mile pace, and so you're running a 6-minute mile. You're not. At least for us, we weren't talking really. We were just trying to keep it up for a while. So. The way we kind of used to pace it was our normal runs, we were always running pretty much 7-minute mile pace. The warm-up was an exception. Oh, you okay, Mala? You feel the nausea? We don't have to run it. We could walk back. All right. Usually the warm-up was 8-minute mile pace. And then on our actual runs, we would stay at 7-minute mile pace. 7. This is for cross country. Then our cool down was like stretching, some dynamic stretches as well. Yeah, we just kept the 7-minute mile pace for most of our runs, because that was like a good way to get distance in. Had a good pace, but it wasn't too tiring. Now, of course, that was me 60 pounds ago, so 7-minute mile pace is not comfortable for me. That's like, I'm working pretty hard to do 7. But the tempo run, on the other hand, is where you're picking it up and it's not comfortable. You could do it for maybe a few miles, but you're not feeling comfortable. And you're not talking 7-minute mile pace, we were talking. 6-minute mile pace, we weren't talking. And then there's a different pace for like mile repeats. So when you do mile repeats, you would want to do those at 5-minute mile pace. Some of the people probably faster, but I was doing them at 5 minutes, 5 to 5:15. And those are to train your speed. So each lap you're doing in 75 seconds. 75 seconds doesn't sound like a long time for a lap, or it doesn't sound like too quick. Feels quick. I remember 75-second laps. Yeah, they feel quick to me, or they used to feel really quick. I can only imagine now. I don't think I could do a 75-second lap right now, as I am. I think if I really push myself, I could probably do a 6-minute mile right now, but that's about it. I could for sure do 7-minute mile pace for a mile. Maybe 2 miles, but I'd be struggling right now. 8-minute mile pace, I could do that consistently, I would say, like 4 miles right now. But it makes a huge difference. 1 minute pace, it makes a huge difference. Like going from 9 to 8 or 8 to 7, 7 to 6. You feel it. But I think the biggest thing about running, or at least long distance, and also trying to lose weight, is just keeping it more consistent than having speed. Speed will come once your legs kind of get used to the distance and your lungs aren't the limiting factor, because you have to have an increased VO2 max. You have to be able to metabolize oxygen within your muscles. So your body's using that oxygen to be able to provide energy. Right, we're going through the glycolysis pathway, breaking down sugar into ATP, using that to feed our muscles. Did you want to head back to the apartment, or did you want to do the other half? No pressure. The other half? Okay. We're gonna do the uphill again. But you want to get your body used to your bones, your leg bones, your postural muscles. You want to get your breathing. By doing long distance running, you're kind of training all of that, and then you can focus on speed once your body's already used to that. I would describe it kind of akin to weightlifting. You don't try to, like, let's say you're going into the gym, you don't have that much training. You don't try to like PR the first day and say like, I'm gonna do 1 rep max. You're gonna hurt yourself. The best thing to do is, hello. Best thing to do is to kind of get the movement down, get the form down. So let's say you're benching. What's the bench technique look like? Making sure that your tendons are getting strong enough to handle the weight, that your stabilizing muscles are strong enough. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're new to the gym. You probably felt it. Well, when you try to bench, your arms will shake. Like if you're not used to a movement, those stabilizing muscles, they're not used to it. You'll shake. Like let's say you do a bar dip, a pull-up, you'll get the shakes. So naturally, what do? You practice on technique, you work up to it, and then after a while, after your body's used to it, now you can start, if you want, like going harder. So in terms of weightlifting, heavier weights. No, you're probably not going to do many reps, but that's not the point of it. The heavy weights, it's like to do maybe 2 to 4 reps, let's say. But same thing for running. You don't want to focus on speed when your rest of your body hasn't acclimated to the movements, to the breathing, to the posture of like staying upright during runs, because we sit a lot as people. I'm a programmer, so I sit the whole day for my job. So you gotta get out of there and like get used to your postural muscles. Which, on a side note, there's a workout called farmer carries. I love them. But what you do is you just hold 2 dumbbells on each arm. Any weight you feel comfortable with. And then what you do is you just walk. Or you can stand in place and you can like lift your knees. So that's one thing I do. I just lift my knees while I'm doing it, the farmer. And I love it because it builds the neck muscle. It also builds your spiny erectors, which are your spinal muscles that support your vertebral column. Right? So being able to keep good posture. Head back. Okay. So those muscles, really good for keeping your posture. Anyways, you keep jogging, doing quite a bit of distance, and you don't need to go fast. Let's say you feel comfortable with 12-minute mile pace. Could do 12-minute mile pace, 11 or 10. Like, do it where you could try to do a few miles. Walking, even starting off, if you're not used to it, walk it. Like when I had to get back, I was like walking and then jogging. And then just build up distance. There's no arbitrary distance, I would say. But for me, I would say, especially with my weight, 200 pounds, it's not like the heaviest, but it's heavy enough where I don't want to damage my joints, like my knees, my ankles, my hips. So at least while I'm still at this weight, then probably I'll train up to max like 6 miles, 7 miles. But most of my distance is going to be around 3 to 5. So I could do around 3 to 5 miles. And I think that's a good amount of distance where it's not shredding my joints, but it's training me. And then that's jogging. As far as walking, I can add more walking distance, no problem. So I can add another 4 to 6 miles of walking, because walking is good for you. It's low impact. You want to be careful even with walking though, because also if you're not trained enough, you can get other wait, is that a squirrel, or is that a possum right there by the stop sign? Oh, is that a cat? Might be a cat. Oh, that's a cat, sorry. I love squirrels. I love animals in general. And I feel like, what's his name from Up? The dog? Is it Doug? I feel like Doug is, whenever we go to the park and I'm with my family or my wife, like, I'm always like, squirrel. And I'm like, do you see the squirrel? Look at the squirrel. And I'm like, look at the little baby hands, and look at his tail, and look how it runs. And I'd say that's for almost all animals, but squirrels, dogs, cats a bit. I don't think I like fawn over cats. Definitely squirrels and dogs. Birds, some birds, I'd say, if they look friendly. Dolphins and sea lions. Maybe later I'll post up a video of, or like some videos of my honeymoon with my wife, where we swam with dolphins in Mexico. We actually swam with them, like No. Like, okay. So we were in the pool. So we weren't in the sea. We were in the pool with the dolphin. The trainers were there. And then the trainers had them come up to us. And like they knew so many of them, super smart. Like they could like shake hands, they could dance. You hold their flippers, you dance. You could hug them. They can give you like a cheek kiss. Super cool. That was one. And then we also were able to play with a seal. Or was it a walrus or a sea? A seal. Sea lion. There we go. A sea lion. And it's pretty big sea lion. But what fascinated us, especially I was like, what? Is that the sea lion is very much like a dog, like very friendly like a dog, very like you can rub it, like you can give scratches, you can do everything like a dog. You can't do that with the dolphin. I didn't know that because their skin is really sensitive. Like if you like, you know how like you scratch like a dog and be like, you'll like pet them, you'll like kind of love a dog. That's normal for a dog, like you're scratching their fur. You can't do that. You can do that with the sea lion. Their skin is like tougher and like they like it. It's friendly. You cannot do that with the dolphin. You'll leave, like if you try to, like if you do that same kind of scratching movement, it'll scratch your skin. They have like constantly shedding skin layers, so it's a little bit more like smooth. It's very smooth, their skin. It's crazy to say that, right? It's crazy that we could say we like have pet dolphins and sea lion, huh? It's crazy. Because we found out apparently in the United States you can't really do that. They don't let you do that. But in Mexico, depending on where, we went to a conservation place. It was really nice. I recommend it because it didn't seem like they were exploiting them. They were like taking care of them. And then we had some like fun with them, but they were really like well trained, well taken care of, well fed. They seemed really happy. Like there was no like injuries or anything like that. And I wouldn't want to go to any of those places. That's why before I didn't like going to the zoo, because I was worried like I'd see like abuses and I'd get like upset. But this place is really nice. Anyways, make a long story short, dolphins you can't really scratch them. Okay, well I gotta end the stream. I think we're done for the day. Oh, I think we're done for the day. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry, I kind of went on a tangent at the end there, but this to say, like, if you want to run, I recommend it. Just kind of ease into it, build up your distance, and enjoy. Thank you.